What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I want to quickly show you how to make or fix a senator flap. That's the best way, easiest way to fix a senator flap. Alright, so just pay attention in this video, and then everything that you need to know how to fix a flap will be shown to you in this video. Alright, so first of all, this is the material I'm going to be using. This is a Steve neck. We call it a Steve neck material, and you can see the measurement I'm using. Then I will be adding a cloth gum. I'll be adding a cloth gum on the neck area. This is used to make the neck firm, you understand? So that when I'll be doing my piping, it is going to come out nice. Alright, so just at the neck area here. First of all, you should understand that I've turned the fabric to the back, so this cloth gum is being applied to the back of the fabric, you understand? So it's a simple and easy process. Iron it until it gums to the fabric. Then now you turn it over to the front. When you are done ironing, turn it over to the front and cut off the extras. That's simple, as simple as that. Alright, so I'm done with the ironing now, so I'm going to cut off these extras that is showing here. Hope you understand. Like I said earlier, this is a cloth gum. Most people use hairstyle while some others use cloth gum. I prefer cloth gum because it doesn't wash off after washing. You understand? If you use something like a light gum stain, when you wash the clothes, it is going to go off or peel off rather. But if you use a cloth gum like this one I'm using now, it is going to stay for a very long period of time. Right? So that's why I prefer this one. So now that I've cut off all the extras, I'm going to use my iron to identify the center of this fabric. Remember that this is the front of the fabric. So I'm using my iron to identify the center of the fabric. Yeah, so once I've done that, because this center line is going to help me in fixing this flap, understand? So now I'm going to iron this flap now. That's a very simple process as usual, like I said earlier. Once you're done ironing, then you cut off these extras. Yeah, so here I'm checking if it has glued. This is an European Steve neck. That's what we call the original here. Alright, so now I'm cutting off these extras, as you can see. Hope you can see what I'm doing now. Okay. So this part that is facing me, now that I place it this way, this part that is facing me, I'm not going to cut it off. Just pay attention to what I'm going to be doing here. I left a bigger portion on the upper side. Alright, and now I'm cutting off this other side. Understand? So you notice that this other part is bigger. I'm leaving an extra about 9 inches there. Okay, so now I'm going to apply my hemming gum to fold it properly. Understand? So we start with the downside. And then we are going to hem this other side as well. Remember that this side that is facing towards my direction now is bigger. It's the bigger portion or the bigger side, alright? But it's not going to be bigger than this Steve neck, alright? It is not going to be bigger than the Steve neck. Let's assume that the width of the Steve neck is 1.5 inches. The fabric that you have extra should not be bigger than 1.5 inches, alright? I think as you continue watching, you will understand what I mean by that, okay? So here I'm trying to make sure that it is glued properly. Now you can see that I'm folding this part now, but I'm not adding a hemming gum to it. But you can see now that even as I folded it, it is not bigger than the flap. Can you see that? These extras is not bigger than the flap. Okay, that's exactly what I was trying to say, right? So it's not going to be small, or it is not going to be bigger than the flap. So here I was just cutting off the extras that I need to cut off to make it look firm and smooth, you understand? and then iron it properly and thoroughly. So I'm just going to apply a little hemming gum to this downside, and iron it properly. Okay, so this other side is going to be like, that's where we are going to be stitching from. So this is all we have. This is where we are going to be stitching it from. You can see what I'm saying. This part is not bigger than the flap. You can see. Understand? So we are going to go to the machine, but before we do that, before we go to the machine, we are going to cut the center open, the center of our fabric, the front. Remember this part that we ironed. Alright, so I'm going to cut it open to about 8 inches. Hope you understand. So this is where we'll be fixing the flap. So I'll be making a notch here, just a little notch here. Alright, now we are going to the machine. Alright, so quickly we are going to do the finishing. Right, this is a very simple and easy process. So first of all, we are going to fold the left side. We're going to fold the left side with a fabric. Okay, so this part is where we are going to be putting our pressing button, or buttons rather. If you're not using a pressing button, this part is where we'll be putting buttons or pressing buttons. Okay, so we usually fold here with the fabric. So it's very simple. Run it at the back and then turn it over to the front and fold it like this, and then run your stitches on top of it. This is as simple as ABC. So once you're done with this, you're now going to fix the flap to the other side, which is the right side of the material. Hope you understand. Alright, so we are done with the folding. The next thing to do is to fix the flap. Okay, so this is it. This is the front of the flap now. Now I'm going to turn it over to the back and then bring out that part and place it like this. Hope you can see that. You can pause it and go backward a little to make sure you understand what I'm trying to do here. So place it like this and then run a stitch on top of it. So once you join it, once you are done joining it, we are now going to move it to the front and then do the finishing. It's just as simple as that. Okay, so once you are done with it, we turn it over to the front like this. You understand? Right, so this is all we want to achieve. Okay, this is all we want to achieve, but we'll start from this point. Start from this point. From where the opening ended, that's where we are going to be stitching from. You understand? Then go around and meet at that same point again. It's as simple as that. Right, so make sure that your stitches is as tiny as possible and neat as possible. Okay? Because they are trying to make it look as unique as possible. Alright, so hope you can see how it's been done. We turn it over to the front like this and then simply run our stitch down. Alright, so always pay attention and never be in a hurry. Okay, because this part is probably the most important part in making a senator outfit, because this is the center of attraction. Alright, so if your stitches is not clean here, or if it bends one-sided, then it has affected the final look of the senator outfit. Now this is the importance of the line that we ironed, you understand? So while stitching it like this, you make sure that this flap is at the center of that iron that I ironed earlier. Hope you can see it, how I'm placing it and making sure that it's at the center of the line, you understand? Center of the mark that I created with my iron, you understand? So that's the importance of ironing it, folding it together and ironing it, you understand, to create that center line there, so it will guide you when you are trying to fix the flap. Okay, so very simple. At this point, the flap is 80% completed. Okay, so we'll come back to the point where we started, and then we simply make a notch there. Simply make a notch there, and our senator flap is complete. Okay. Alright, so if you have watched to this point, then I would like you to like, share, subscribe. Okay. You can see how clean it is looking and smooth. Once we go to the table and iron it thoroughly now, then to look way better than how it's looking now, you understand? So we are simply going to iron it and then show you the final look. And in my next video, I will probably be showing you how to all the proper measurements and how to fix a pocket. Alright, so thanks for watching. Like, share and comment, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.